So in this video, I'm going to talk about telling everybody that I was pregnant, which was pretty terrifying. So the first person I told was Matt, and he was not unhappy. He was very nervous, but he wasn't unhappy, and he was looking forward to what was next. The second person I told was my twin sister, Maddie, and she was like, "You are an idiot." The third person I told was my best friend, Laura, but we were having some issues with our friendship at the time, and she told me to get an abortion. And the next person I told was my older sister, Maggie, who is 5 years older. She was 22 at the time, and she was just at the time breaking up with her boyfriend that she had been with for a long time, and she told me I was ruining my life and that I was going to regret keeping it. And then the next person I told was, oh my god, I told my administrator because I actually got caught for skipping school. I used to skip all the time. I got called down to the office the Monday after, the weekend that I took the test and found out I was pregnant. And he was like, "Mary, you haven't been to chemistry in 2 months. What's going on?" And I was like, well, and any other day I would have just not cared and taken ISS and just been whatever, but I had a meltdown in his office. And I was like, "I've just been so sick and I'm throwing up and I'm having issues and I'm pregnant." And he was like, "What?" So he sent me to the guidance counselor. The guidance counselor told me that I should get an abortion and I'm going to never have a successful life being a young mom. True story. And then, so after I talked to the guidance counselor, I got in-school suspension for a few days, and I walked back up to my biology class, and I was crying in a hot mess. My freshman teacher, Miss Scheibel, saw me crying, walking to the classroom. She completely stopped her class, took me into the teacher's lounge, and she was like, "Girl, what's wrong with you?" And I told her, and she was like, "Oh my god." So she let me use a phone in the teacher's lounge to call my grandmother. My grandmother has 6 kids. She had her first kid when she was 17 or 18 or whatever, but they're all my aunts and uncles. Called her. I was like, "Hey, Nana, can you come pick me up? Because I really need to be picked up." Didn't tell her why or anything, so she came to pick me up. I walked down. My face was so blotchy from crying because I'm a natural redhead, so when I cry, I get these pink dots all over my face. And she picked me up. She could tell I had been crying, and I sat down in her car. She has this pimped out old Lincoln Town car, and we're sitting down, and we're not even driving off yet. I put my seatbelt on, and she looked at me and she said, "You're pregnant." I was like, "How do you know?" But she knew. And I started crying again, and she got this old smile, her cheeks, I don't even know how to explain it, but she's so sweet, sweetest old lady ever. And she goes, and she has these rosy cheeks, and she said, "It's going to be okay." So she drove me to her house, and there I talked to her and my grandpa for about 3 hours about the whole ordeal and whether or not I want to stay with Matt, what our relationship outlook looks like, and what he thought about it, what my views are on an abortion and adoption and being a mom as young as I was 17 and all that stuff. And she told me that when she was, I want to say 16 or 17, she would have had 7 kids, but her mom forced her into an abortion. She literally drugged her up and drove her to this illegal abortion place or whatever in Maryland, and she got an abortion there. So anyways, that was when she was young. So she told me about her experience with it and how much she regretted it and how it still eats her up. And then at the end of our conversation, she was like, "You need to tell your mom and dad." And it was November, and we were about to go to Myrtle Beach for a beach trip for a week. And so that night I went home, and my mom had gotten a call from my administrator because of my, skipping chemistry or whatever. So she was already pissed off at me, right? She's rolling her eyes at me, and I'm sitting on my brother's bed, and she was he had the master bedroom. I don't know why, because he's the youngest kid, but he did. And so he had the master bedroom, and she used to always use his bathroom in there at nighttime, to take a shower and stuff. And I'm sitting on his bed, and she just kind of looked at me like, why are you, like, hovering over me, you know? And she could tell I had something to say. And I said, Mom, I'm pregnant. And she was just, like, absolutely disgusted with me. So that was me finding out and telling everybody. So